Guys,
How are you all today?
back at it again for a second week.
Woo!
I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm so excited. My chair does not want to move. I'm sorry. I keep sliding off the chair. My feet don't touch the floor. I'm a
Short
mess.
people
But
problems.
when am I ever not a mess is the question.
True. Same over here though. Like we're just hot messes,
Yeah.
pretty much. Alrighty. So am I starting this off today, or do you want to go?
Yes, girl. You start off,
Okay.
man.
It's me. Entertainment. So we have so much to talk about. Oh my gosh, it's a crazy week. I'm really excited. First thing I want to talk about is a big story that's been posted everywhere. Kesha. So, a little bit of the background story. She was signed back in 2005 to Dr. Luke Gottwald to his Kemosabe Entertainment label when she was 18. And on recently, well, semi recently, on October 14th, 2014, she sued accusing of abuse over the course of 10 years from Dr. Luke, specifically on a of him drugging and raping her. So, as many of you probably already know, on February 19th, the New York State Supreme Court Justice Shirley Cornrich denied Kesha's request to be let out of her contract with Sony Music, and that the court would not decimate a contract that was heavily negotiated. It's like crazy. I feel so bad for her. First of all, I love Kesha. I have since day one. So it hit me really hard. I felt so bad for her. She said, and I quote, he threatened that if she ever mentioned the rape to anyone, he would shut her career down and otherwise destroy not her life, but her entire family's lives as well. He denied all the wrongdoings, and she said that she's finally taking action because she is physically and psychologically damaged to the point that continuing to work under her contract with him would be life threatening. So, pretty crazy stuff. What do you think?
I just feel really bad for the girl. She's just trying to get her career going. Or continue her career at this point, and she had to endure or go through all of that suffering and everything without saying anything. So I don't understand really why now all this is coming out. This has been happening for years at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I guess part of it is the fact that she was nervous as to what would happen should she say something. So
Right.
maybe that's why the fear always plays into it.
Definitely, for
Um,
sure.
I give her credit for even coming up and saying anything though. I think that was a great decision on her part to get herself some safety and get away from all the things that were going wrong and the mistreatment. So props to her for doing that because there are so many people. I shouldn't just say females because everyone can be a victim of abuse and rape and uh, being drugged and everything. Um, so I do give her credit because there's so many people who don't say anything at all
Mm-hmm. For
for any type
sure.
of treatment. So props to you, Kesha. Everyone's gonna be thinking about you. We wish you all the luck in the world.
Yeah.
I honestly, if something's not gonna be done to her, her label to as consequences, then that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and I mean, recently, a big thing too. Taylor Swift donated $250,000 to like her cause. Everyone's using the hashtag I stand with Kesha because I mean, clearly it's just like a crazy case in itself, and I mean, I feel terrible. In the there's pictures online. Kesha is literally crying at her trial, and to see someone first of all have the even courage to come out with what happened to her and then to get denied like that, it's heartbreaking. Especially because it's not something small. It's not something, oh, like she's being a diva. No, this is a serious issue. Something really, devastating happened to her. And it's like they're forcing her, hey, you want to be an artist? You got to deal with this. Like, I'm like so mind blown. It's just crazy. Another one was Lady Gaga, who also spoke out about it, saying that she doesn't even want to be in a country where people are saying, oh, you were raped. What were you wearing? What were you doing? Were you drinking? Were you smoking? Instead, she wants to be somewhere where they're like, hey, you were raped. What happened? Are you okay? How can we help you? I completely agree with that. I think it's crazy, first of all, that anyone would say something, if someone says I was raped, the first thing is, what were you doing and what were you wearing? That should never be, like, that's beyond the point, you know? I think it's ridiculous. And I really, really stand for Kesha. I hope that things work out. I hope that people are listening and she can somehow find a way to get out of this contract because it's just not fair to her. And I just feel so bad.
Exactly. And you can't blame it on her. Like, it's in the past, it's been an issue where when someone comes up front and says how they've been raped or they accuse someone of raping them, it's usually a female who comes up to say something, and the first reaction, like you said, is, "What were you doing? What were you wearing?" That's ridiculous. Like, why is it that young girls are taught at a very young age to always be careful, always be safe? I mean, yeah, there are ways that it's not wrong for parents to say that to their young daughter, but it also should be said to their young boys, and also young
Exactly.
boys boys at a young age. I should rephrase that. Should be taught that you don't be mean to anyone. I mean, I don't know how any. Obviously, I'm not a boy. I'm a female all the way through. Always been a female. I don't have any brothers, so I don't know how, like, you would raise a boy compared to a girl. I don't know if it's different or not. Obviously, I'm not a parent either, but I have little boy cousins, and their parents are always on them saying, "Listen, you always be nice. Don't be mean. Don't even be mean to your brother. Don't even hit your brother." So I don't understand why it's always being put on the woman or the victim. Like, why is it, "What were you doing?" And instead, it should be
Exactly.
the person who's accused should be asked, "What were you doing? Why did you do that?"
Exactly. I completely agree. I think it's crazy and it just gets me so angry because, it's like, I don't know, people treat it automatically as like, well, you know what? It must have been her fault. She was looking for it. I cannot stand that whatsoever. Like, first of all, one thing is that girls and guys, anyone, should be able to dress however they want. That's one thing. Hey, you like tight clothing? So be it. You want to wear baggy sweats like I was last week and flaunt around, college campus? So be it. It shouldn't be, you know what? She was wearing a really short skirt. She was looking for it. Like, are you kidding me? I can't. It gets me so mad. Like, I really just hope that since of all the, publicity that this case has been getting, I really hope that that Kesha could get out of her contract because you're literally putting the poor girl through such torture just because she wants to make music. Like, how crazy is that? She's just trying to live her dream. Can't even do that. Ugh, I don't know. I'm like so upset about it. So like that's one thing. On to a little more lighter news. Now that I'm so upset. Anyway, something pretty funny happened. Chrissy Teigen. I'm not really a fan, but she recently came out with a book. She published a cooking book, and it was hysterical. So she, in the past couple days, was bombarded with calls after publishing her phone number in her new cookbook. She didn't realize, but she tweeted on Tuesday, "Early purchasers of my cookbook were gifted with my tiny phone number on Pippa's collar on page 111. Learned this after 100 or so calls." So in the book, she's lounging with her husband, John Legend, and Pippa, their little Frenchie. And on the back of the dog tag is her number, and says, "Call if lost." So somewhere along the road, no one caught that, but of course, fans did. Started calling her constantly, and I don't know. I just think it's so funny, and she did change her number. Obviously, she tweeted about it. She didn't seem too upset. She was just like, "Oh, thank you for all the lovely messages to all my friends and family. I have changed my phone number, so if, I'm not getting back to you, whatever, that's the reason." I don't know. I thought that's pretty funny, especially because, like, how could you not pick up? I mean, I guess everyone makes mistakes, but, like, that's such an obvious, like, I don't know. I think that's so funny, especially, with a celebrity like that. Like, it's not just any, like, "Hey, I'm gonna throw out a cookbook. Oops, my number landed." Like, no one's gonna call me. But with someone, with such a high status, I feel like that's pretty hysterical.
Yeah, it's like, how did no one catch that? I don't understand. Like, honestly, when you told me that story earlier, how what you were gonna talk about today, I thought to myself, how does that not get caught?
Right?
How?
Like, I mean, I think that's so funny, especially because coming from me, if anyone knows me, I am a One Direction, like, I don't even know. It's like I'm a crazy fan. I have chased Harry Styles down Fifth Avenue. Okay, chased his car in the middle of traffic. I don't know how I'm alive today, but I'm alive to tell that story. So, as a fangirl myself, like if Harry Styles had come out with a cookbook and they forgot that, let me tell you how I would be the first one to catch that. So, like, I understand, and I personally don't know what I would do. I'd probably freak out. Like, literally, like my heart is like racing thinking about it. Like, if can you imagine like opening a book and seeing Harry Styles' phone number, like, and then calling it, oh my god, and then he answers with like his accent. Oh, my heart. I would cry. I'm about to cry. No one understands how I feel about this band. I've been stalking them for the past 5 years. I've chilled out though. I've chilled out because I know that like my best friend Joanna and all my high school friends know that I'm crazy, but I've calmed down. I'm proud of myself for that. But like as a fangirl myself, yes, I'd understand how definitely we would catch that and they wouldn't, clearly. I just think that's so funny. I'm kind of hoping that happens now. Harry, you should make a cookbook and like accidentally leak your number. That's all I'm saying. You
Yeah,
know,
accidentally.
it's fine. And then you can change it after we have like a great conversation and then like end up getting married. It's cool.
I feel that on so many levels, just not with Harry Styles, with David Wright.
Imagine.
Oh, love of my life.
Like, what would you do? Like, I would like I don't even know. I'd come tell you, I'd cry.
I would literally, there would be a river of my tears.
Like, God is finally answering my prayers. I hate myself,
Retweet.
honestly. So that was pretty funny. I thought that, thinking out of my fangirl mode. But anyway, next thing, Rob Kardashian. How we all love to hear the name Kardashian, how famous it is, how funny, however you feel about them. Well, Rob Kardashian, as we all know, has not been actually in the media too much for a while now because, he gained weight or whatever the story was with that until recently where he was, seen with Black China. They're supposedly dating and whatnot. So he ended up, I believe it was yesterday or sometime this week, he posted a picture with Black China with a questioning message about dropping his family for her. Everyone's asking, is this a joke? Is it was just like a sarcastic little haha, or is he serious? The picture was with her with the caption saying, when the, and like female body part, which you guys could probably figure out, which you can probably, sorry, I wrote that in my note for myself. Anyway, when the female body part is good, but your family don't like her, so you drop your family and become an orphan. Pretty funny, especially because it's kind of weird timing, because this week as well, Black China actually called out Kylie, who we know is dating Tyga, which, pretty funny, is Black China's ex and the mother to his child. So, Black China called her out, saying that she was copying her cooking show idea, posted on Instagram saying, female dog, bye. Follow at Cooking with China, #infatuated with Chai. So, this is all like one story, crazy. Tyga then replied back to Black China on a Snapchat video saying, in 2016, mother bleepers need to stop acting like they invented every mother bleeping thing out here. So this has been going like back and forth between kind of all of them. So pretty bizarre timing for Rob to post a picture with that caption like that. Especially after, literally, I believe it was Tuesday, Kris confirmed that she purchased a $2.3 million, 4,256 square feet home just for him. What do you think about that? Do you think he's actually serious? I'm disowning my family for her. I mean, he hasn't been out at all until they've been dating. So, I mean, it's still pretty funny.
I mean, I guess it's just because I'm from the viewpoint of family first and everything else is second. I guess it's just for me, I wouldn't do that, especially if it's someone, like, if you're at the point of, like, I don't know, I guess, like, your career and everything, you're looking to get married, I guess, I don't really know. I mean, I think I would just stay with the family. Like, I would rather have my family by my side than not, because like, what if they break up and he has no one?
Exactly.
And his family doesn't forgive him.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I feel. Like, I would personally stick with the family first side and, just pull that one through the road of love, I guess you could say.
No, yeah, I feel you. I think it's, I don't know, like, I'm still, like, curious. I feel like, is he joking? Is he not? Like, I want to know because, part of me feels like he's not just because, like I said, he hasn't been shown anywhere until he started dating her. So, like, I mean, I would assume things are kind of serious. But at the same time, it's like, it's still your family, man. Like, come on. You can't, I don't know. That family's just all types of nuts, as we all know. So, I don't know. Pretty funny. Will he disown his family for Black China, who is the baby mother of his sister's boyfriend? Good question. I don't know, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Anyways, something else that's really interesting before we take a break, Fuller House is.
Wait, gotta wait for that. Oh, wait for that.
We have to wait for it. I spoiled it. Upcoming.
Spoiler alert. Upcoming in the process. But before we go to break, I gotta give you a quick little sports update. Okay. So, as we all know, and for those of you who, or for anyone who hasn't listened into my show, our show, I should say, I'm sorry. Last week, spring training is almost here. I am so excited. Baseball season's my life. So obviously, pitchers, catchers report a couple days earlier than the rest of the team. Now we have all the players have been reported to spring training, to spring training practices, some in style and ready to play. But not everyone has shown up at all. So stay tuned and hear more about what we got for you with my sports segment next. We'll talk to you in a little bit.
Yay, go sports.